Yo, yo. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? So here we go. Here we go. We back to when I finally made it back. Finally made it back to the championship. This is it's been a long time coming, with how about them apples? What up, big discussions? This season is a culmination of the last 3 years. Don Brown, yes, sir. It's a culmination of all that, starting with 2020. The 2020 debacle, which forced Harbaugh's hand to change, forced the school to, make Harbaugh change somewhat, get rid of Don Brown, get guys in, get better coaches in, get Mike Hart, move Jay Harbaugh from running backs coach and things like that. And not only that, but the leadership that came with it. You had Aiden, probably the best leader we've seen in a long time that you can see in the NFL doing the same thing. You had Josh Ross, Dax Hill, Brad Hawkins. You had all those dudes that laid the foundation. So if Michigan does win the title, it was laid on their backs, honestly, because without the leadership and showing these young dudes how to lead, who knows where we would be, So this is the culmination of that, from 2020 to 2021 to 2022 with the TCU debacle. The regular season wasn't really a problem. The problem was understanding you can't take anyone for granted. You can't take anyone for granted. There's no one you can take for granted. It don't matter if you're favored or they're favored. You have to take them serious, because on that field, in between those lines, anybody can be beat. So they needed that. That humbling experience last year, they needed that. They also needed it against Georgia. Understanding you can't be cocky talking about some run the dang ball. You got to understand what you got to do. You can't be too cocky. There's a thin line in between there. If I'm being honest, Donovan Edwards is learning that lesson this year. It's a thin line between cocky and confident. There's a thin line. And when you go too far overboard on one of those lines, you get humbled. So that's what it is. And so this year, everything that's led up to that has led up to this. Let's get it. Let's get it. So I started with that, but have y'all been seeing these cocky? Am I the only one seeing cocky, these real cocky, Washington fans? I'm seeing a lot of little cockiness in some of these Washington fans, which I understand. Appreciate it, big brother. What do I think about comparing Washington's offense to CJ Stroud's Ohio State's offense? It's similar. They both want you to defend the whole field. And you've got two probably first-round quarterbacks with CJ Stroud and Penix. And the big there's a couple of differences, I'd say. One, Penix will run the ball. He's not afraid to run it. CJ Stroud wouldn't run it, so it let us off the hook sometimes. Two, I think Washington's coach, I just think he's a better coach overall than Ryan Day, calling the game and just overall as a coach, because he's not afraid to run that rock if it's working and that's what he has to do to win. He's not afraid to do that. Ryan Day, he'll run it if he has to, and then he'll get right away from it. Like, oh, it's working. All right, now I can play action and throw it deep. Now I can get back to what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? When the goal really should have just been, all right, let's run the rock down their throat. Let's switch our game plan, and now we're going to run it down their throat because that's what's working. Ryan Day always wants to go back to that pass game. And sometimes he gets a little passive, I guess you could say. But the other difference I would say is their coach. I think their scheme is a little bit better. When you got Ndunze, I saw a play where he was lined up almost like a tight end off the line, and he came out of the backfield. It was a real crazy play, but that just shows you like the kind of imagination he has in that type of offense. So it's going to be a lot to deal with. No front. I haven't seen any just who was saying roll towel. Now they're saying Huskies are the team of the decade. Will Howard, I don't know much about him, bro. I can't really tell you much because I don't know much about him. What worries me the most about Washington? I mean, it's just the fact that they're what really worries me is, like I was just saying, their coach isn't afraid to run the ball if it's working. So you got this great pass game with Penix in that, and it's not, and let's say it's not going that well. And you got a coach that'll, all right, let's try to run the rock. They paying attention to our pass. Now we're gonna run the rock. We'll see if Dylan Johnson is healthy enough to go. I know he's gonna try to play, but will he be healthy enough to actually stay in the game? You know, because he's got like most of their rushing yards. Like he's got, let's see, I got the stats right here so I can go on. He's got 1,100 rushing yards, 16 TDs. Their backup running back, he's only got 182 yards. Their other backup running back, he's only got 194 yards. So there's a big drop off after Dylan Johnson when it comes to their running back room. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to see about that, but that's what worries me. Is you got a coach that's not stubborn. I don't care how we win. Let's just win. You know what I'm saying? So that's what worries me about their offense. Yeah, I've been seeing this a lot. The Penix had the flu and they had some injuries. Who do you think the 1 week turnaround favors more? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. Because I was watching College Football Nerds and they were talking about it. And I really don't know. I think it's probably kind of good for both teams that the game is being played right away. You know what I'm saying? Because the rust factor, yeah, you can't prepare as much as you want to, but I mean, I think Michigan is prepared. You know, the fact that we've had schemes for a team like Ohio State, I think that helps a ton. You know what I'm saying? I think that helps a ton. The problem for Washington is, I would say, is Michigan's defense. Because, and for big games, I'm going to stop doing the one video because I have a lot to say and then I get flustered because I don't want the video to be too long. So I miss out on some stuff or misspeak. Like, for the problem for Washington going against Michigan's defense is Michigan's defense does so much. Like man defense, zone blitz, man blitz. Michigan does it all. You're dropping out ends. You're dropping out D tackles. it's just a lot to deal with. So that's going to be hard for them to really scheme against, because you can't just, okay, this is exactly what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many ways to disguise it. Like, it's not just like you can come out there, oh, okay, this is exactly what it is. Like, you really don't know. The quarterback pre-snap doesn't always know what we're going to do, because guys are dropping in, guys are dropping out, and guys are blitzing, guys are bluffing the blitz, guys are on delayed blitzes, you know, things like that. So there's just so much for them to, I mean, you can prepare for it, but being on the field and actually seeing it, the coach can't help you really when you on that field and you seeing that as a quarterback. He can't really help you. Who knows if he was out there, would he be able to read it, the coach? Because he's like, okay, you're trying to read this defense that's doing so much. You don't got all day, because the pass rush is coming. So you have to make a decision. That clock in your head, you have to make a decision. And that's why it's so hard to go against Michigan's defense, because, okay, he hikes the ball, boom, 1,000, 1,000. You're confused a little bit. All right, now you got to make a decision. Do I want to get rid of it? Do I need to get out of the pocket? Do I want to throw it away? You know what I'm saying? You have to make a decision. So just getting them off rhythm just because he doesn't know what he's seeing at first is half the battle, and that's what Michigan does. Antoine Johnson says, I think we can run on them boys something serious. Texas was running on them, but they stopped. Texas coach did the Ryan Day, I got to show you how smart I am by passing when running the ball works. That's a fact. And that's what their coach doesn't do. He's not like that. But yeah, I think on offense, I think Michigan should be able to kind of do what they want. Let me be real about this. I'm hoping and praying this is one of those Georgia championships, one of these Georgia bowl games. Because, bro, I can't take another game like last week. I can't take it. Like, if I might not make it to the end, we might win, and I might be on the floor having a stroke. I can't take it, bro. That game was hard on your mind, on your body, on your soul. That game was something else. So I'm just hoping and praying that Michigan comes out clicking and just it's over by halftime. So we just watching, laughing, and just enjoying it. Because boy, I do not want. I'm really just hoping that Michigan just comes out and just on defense. Penix don't know what to do. He's flustered. He's throwing pick sixes. On offense, Blake is eating. The return of Donovan Edwards shows up. JJ is cooking like it's Michigan State, and we just over here like halftime. We over here, woo, we win. Woo, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm hoping and praying happens. Because, bro, last week, whoo, I hate to be a Bama fan losing that one. All the back and forth, the heartbreak of it, and then losing like that. It's tough. That's tough. Honestly, I'd probably rather get blown out than lose like they lost last week. That's a hard one to lose. I hope we come out and just let exactly. You think Will Johnson the best corner in college football? It's a possibility now that he's healthy. You know, the fact that he's healthy, and honestly, I still don't think he's where he was last year. There's something about him that I don't know if he's a little timid. I'm starting to see him get back to where he was last year as a corner, but his tackling doesn't seem like it's all the way there. I look at when I watch a game, I look at things that people don't really look at. And I've been watching Will Johnson since the Minnesota game almost, and he's a little timid in tackling. When he's tackling, he's a little timid. He wasn't like that last year. And I think whatever injury he had, he might be worried about. Because, when you're a corner and you tackling and you tackling by these piles, you can get injured. Like being by those piles is an easy, fast way for a DB to get injured. And I don't know. I see a little timidness in him when he's trying to tackle. And this is no knock on him. I get it. But as far as his cover skills, he's up there. Because he hasn't really been healthy all year. You know, so he's up there when it comes to straight cover skills. He's up there. Like he could be the best right now that he's really rounding back into form. I haven't watched it all the way through. I've watched the fourth quarter like a couple times. Yeah, well, you know, Jim Harbaugh ain't giving you nothing. Mikey matches up with their what's the slot receiver? What's his name? McMillan, I want to say. I think he plays in the slot most of the time. Yeah, Jalen McMillan. I can believe he's the slot receiver, and I guess he's fast. He's really fast, so you know. That'll be a job for Mikey, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Sainer still is a playmaker, but sometimes he does get beat. So that'll be a matchup to watch. Which team can't afford to make a mistake the most and why? Not put the Don back at returner. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they don't put him back at returner. I would have done that. I would have had him or Roman. Once the season started and I saw how Donovan was looking and we still want to get him touches, I would have instantly put him, and we saw what the punt returners were doing, I would have instantly put Donovan back there. All right, you want more touches? All right, get back there on punt return. Simple, you know? But that's if he wanted to do that. Sometimes guys don't want to do it. Which team can afford to make a mistake the most? I think that depends on. I think that depends on how the game is being played, how the game plays out. You know, if Michigan is able to move it and we're grinding that clock like we want to, Washington can't make a mistake. But if our defense isn't slowing Washington down like we think we can, our offense can't really make a mistake because if Washington's offense is in a groove, we ain't going to be able to make many mistakes. I aged like 10 years. I was there. Michigan has to bring it. Let's go get the natty. Will Johnson's for real against Harrison Jr. Yep. And that's with him being injured. You know what I'm saying? That's with him being injured. If I had to pick, I'd say Penix is better than Stroud. Just because Penix has got dog in him. Stroud, when he was at OSU, he didn't have any dog in him. Maybe that's because he was taking on the mindset of his head coach, you know. But Penix has dog in him. That dude is something serious, and he understands. He's really. I mean, let's be real. This Penix has been around for what, 6 years? So this dude should be in the NFL right now, like for sure. This is a for sure. You know, he should be in the NFL. So Penix, he's just seen everything. You know, he's seen way more. He's played way more football than C.J. Stroud at that point. Well, at this point, still, you know what I'm saying. So that's the thing about that. But Penix has got more dog in him, and he gonna let that thing fly. I ain't gonna front. Johnny, I'm scared about this matchups. Their wide receivers are tall as hell and talented on contested catches. In my opinion, Odunze is better than Marvin. Getting 2021 OSU feeling with Penix much better than Stroud. Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. And I do think Odunze is better than Marvin also because he's a dog. The same thing with, as I said, is Stroud goes for Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison has the talent He's got the size, he's got the work ethic, but he ain't no dog. Maybe that's because of his head coach, but he's not a dog. You could see it in the Michigan game. Will Johnson's interception, Marvin Harrison fights, actually doesn't quit on that route. It probably gets knocked down by either him or Will Johnson probably almost picks it. He doesn't get the interception. He quit on the route. Wasn't trying to chase him or nothing. Rod Moore's pick, he kind of quit on it. That ain't no dog. I'm talking about dogs. Odunze is a dog. Like, dude wants it. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Jim Harbor. Should I stick to chewing gum like I did in the Rose Bowl, or should I get back to chewing tobacco? Hey, I don't know. Stick with the gum. Whatever wins. I get superstitious, so whatever wins. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna front. I'm somewhat nervous too, because we done came so far. But they ain't finna hand us the championship. They ain't just gonna hand it to us. You got to take it, and I hope that's what the team's mindset is. They're not gonna just hand it to us. You got to take it. And this matchup, Washington is gonna have that underdog feel on them. You know, nobody's believing in us. Everybody's picking Michigan because almost everybody is picking Michigan now. So Washington's going to have that underdog mindset. I think Michigan is going to have that, all right, we done came this far. Let's finish it. Job ain't done. You know, that Kobe kind of feel. Job ain't done. Let's finish this. But I think both teams are going to be hungry. This is it right here, Jay Marion. Let the seniors and juniors carry us home. And let me rant about this for a second. Let them dudes carry us home. There's no reason for Roman Wilson to barely be getting targeted in the first 3 quarters. There's no reason for it. The same plays you trying to run to Shamaj Morgan, put Roman Wilson there. There's no reason for it. And somebody's going to say, man, leave Samaj alone. I ain't leaving nothing alone. We too close now. I ain't leaving nothing alone, and I never have. So ain't no point of you thinking I am now. Let these seniors and these players that have had the scars of 2020, of 2021, of 2022, let them have the final. We win because of me. We lose because of me. Ain't no time to be losing no game because of Thal, because of Samaj Morgan. Them dudes ain't got no scars from all them years. They ain't put in the leadership. They ain't put in all the work in hours, understanding what it takes to get to this point. It's just a fact. So you want to lean on the guys that have been in those battles. Lean on them. There's no reason for it. Players gonna play, but you have to trust the guys that have been in these battles. You have to trust them. Like, I get people want this to be a fairy tale land and we're happy-go-lucky and, our offense, we spread it around. But in the playoff, big-time moments, you have to understand it's different from the regular season. You have to understand it. Like, this isn't everybody gets a trophy. Yay! This isn't that. Like, you have to understand who's going to be there for the dog fight. Who has been in these dog fights. I can trust you. Like, come on. Ride them horses into the sunset. Soon as we needed to get a score, what happened? You trust Blake, you trust JJ, you trust Roman. Touchdown. Man, that was easy. You know why it's easy? Because you went to them dudes that's been in them battles and they hungry from 2020, when we was garbage. Them dudes got them scars. They remembered all that work. They remember being boo-boo. You know who remember? I remember too, because I was on here screaming and hollering. They ain't the only ones remember. I remember too. I encourage all you M fans to look at who Washington's defense has played, the quarterbacks and offense with the hurt defense. Washington is all healthy and Dylan Johnson is a go. Dylan Johnson is a go on paper. He's a go on paper. He's not a for sure he's going to be effective. He's a go on paper. You know, which we'll see. You might be right. I might be right. He might not be able to go. Or he might be able to go and he's just not that effective because he's still too injured to be effective. But, and this is I was waiting on somebody like you. I was waiting on somebody like you. I was waiting on you, boy. I've been sitting here at the doorstep with my shotgun, just waiting. What you doing on my porch? But yeah, okay, so Washington, the thing about Washington is you're in the Pac-12. You got offense. No one respects your defenses because y'all don't play none, brother. Y'all don't play none. That's just the fact. You know what I'm saying? The same way you're gonna say, oh, Big Ten defenses don't play any good offenses. Same thing. That's what you're going to say. Big Ten has good defenses because you don't play no offense. Well, the same Big Ten teams, we're going to say, you don't play defense because your offenses are good, but your defenses are trash out there. There's only a couple of defenses somebody probably respects. And what? Utah? And we only respect them because they play similar to a Big Ten team. It's just a fact. You know, so you going against Pac-12 defenses, I mean, your defense going against Pac-12 offenses, it don't mean that much to Michigan because Michigan don't play like a Pac-12 team. It's only one team that plays like a Big Ten team out there. Utah, which y'all almost lost to. So that's the thing. Yeah, Utah defense ain't all that this year. You're right about that. So we don't respect the defenses that you win against. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't respect your defenses out there. You know, so what we're looking at Washington is like, y'all ain't played no defense this good. And I know y'all saying you haven't played an offense this good, which is similar to what Bama fans were saying. You know, everybody's got a game plan until you get punched in the mouth. You know, Bama found out first. Bama found out early, like, oh boy, did we just get sacked on the first play? I wasn't really, what just happened? The first play. And the same thing I told to all those Bama fans that were in here, and they were so mad, just thinking I was talking out my ass and all this, telling them, your offensive line is trash. We're coming for you. You've given up almost 50 of them things. First play, boom. Hello. Wake up call. It's going to be a long game. Jalen Milroe probably still in the hot tub. So me saying that, yeah, and I know what you're going to come with. Washington has only given up 10 sacks. Now, that's great, but that's also somewhat misleading because on some of those times, Penix is just getting rid of the ball. It's not your offensive line being that great. It's just your quarterback is smart. But sometimes when you do that, it's similar to, let's say, Tom Brady in his prime. I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying. You take Tom Brady in his prime. If nothing was there or he was going to get sacked, he'll just throw it in the dirt or throw it away. Because, yeah, you're not giving a turnover away, but it's still an incomplete pass. So it's still a win for the defense for the most part. So that can happen a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that can happen a lot. Yeah, 17 sacks. That's not just because of your offensive line, though. That's because Penix is smart. So with that being said, some of y'all games y'all struggled. That's what happens because he's going to be throwing it in the dirt. It's going to be, before you know it, you're going to look up and he's got a ton of incompletions. And you're like, he's not getting sacked. What's going on? Well, he's just getting rid of it or throwing it away. It's still a win for the defense for the most part. How do you stop Michael Penix with Michigan's defense? Whoa, with Michigan's defense. And what I mean by that is confuse him. Yeah, having a good pass rush is going to help, and we have a good pass rush, but Michigan's defense, it's built to confuse quarterbacks. It's built to make you confused, for you to second guess yourself and make you not understand what you're doing. Now, boom, I got to throw it away. Boom, I'm about to get sacked. Boom, I've thrown it before my receiver was open. Interception or incompletion. That's how you slow them down. But Washington has. All right, let me dive into y'all schedule. Washington dudes, you still in here? You still in here, bro? I hate to let me cook this dude. I don't know where I seen this. I had a Washington fan. This is the craziest thing I've heard. This man said Washington beat Michigan State. If you look at the teams they played, Washington beat Michigan State, and it was beat Michigan State early in the season, and they did them bad. Michigan played Michigan State after their season was pretty much done. So, yeah, they blew them out, but it's different. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, how did you even come up with this? Like, bro, any Big Ten team, any Big Ten fan knew Michigan State was going to be garbage from the start of the season. And I'm not saying you said this, bro. I'm just saying what somebody said that I saw. Like, I'm like, bro, every Big Ten fan knew Michigan State was going to be garbage from the beginning of the season. So it don't matter that you blew them out the third game or we blew them out the eighth game. It didn't matter. They're garbage. And if we really want to be real, it don't matter if Tucker was there or wasn't there. The Michigan State rival, that's the biggest game on their schedule every year. What are you talking about, brother? Like, come on. That's Michigan State's biggest game every year is Michigan. So it means something to them regardless. But the point was, like, bro, what are you talking about? We all knew Michigan State was going to be garbage from the beginning of the season to the end. We all knew this. I mean, isn't that what people say? The rivalry, it's a rivalry game. I mean, If you want to know how big our rivalry is, all you got to do is go back last year and you see them dudes in the tunnel getting it in like they in cell block 6. The boys in there going at it. So it's like that. But either way, it don't really matter. They got Michigan scheduled every year, but it didn't matter. They were garbage. So his point was just like ridiculous. But this is what I really want to get into. Washington schedule. From, let's see here. From week 6, no, this is from week 5 on, they pretty much played down to everybody they played. You got Arizona, 31-24. Oregon, 36-33. We know Oregon's good. Arizona State, 15-7. They barely got out of there by the skin of their teeth. Stanford, 42-33. How you let Stanford score 33 points? Somebody was hurt on defense. I know that's coming. Okay. USC, 52-42. I mean, you can say, and I know this is coming, USC's got Caleb Williams. Oh, okay. I get that. I'll give you that. But let's see what a USC did against a team like, because I like to look at teams that are comparable. Let's see what USC did to a team like Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a Big Ten, is an independent Big Ten school. USC couldn't score number 20 on Notre Dame. A team with a real defense. That's what I like to do. I used like to find the matchups that actually correlate. Notre Dame is like a independent Big Ten school. USC couldn't even score 20 on them. And they let Notre Dame score about 52. They let Notre Dame score about 40, almost 50. Come on. Utah, 35-28. Without the starting quarterback. Oregon State, 22-20. These folks been on a close game struggle bus like Bama. Honestly, it's worse than Bama, but they found a way to win, but it's been a struggle. Washington State, 24-21. So, and when I say this is why I don't really want to hear this, our offense is unstoppable stuff. And people thinking we can't stop them. The same way I was cooking Ohio State last year, talking about how Notre Dame slowed them down, how Penn State slowed them down, and what we got to do better, and we did. It's because it can be done. All you need to do is have a great game plan for what they're doing, so we can see that they've struggled. This ain't LSU. This ain't LSU Joe Burrow. It ain't that. They good, but it ain't that. Now that's scary. When you got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. Now that's scary. So we've seen them struggle. We've seen it. We've seen them held to 20, to 21, to 15. 24 to 22 to 15. We've seen it 3 times this year. So that's it right there. All I need to see is you struggle with another team. And it wasn't just Arizona State. We saw it against Oregon State. I was watching that last night. We seen it in Washington State. Yeah, that 2019 LSU team, that was something serious. I became a fan of Joe Burrow that year, and it was early on. I was like, this dude is unbelievable. This man has 60 touchdowns. Penix is great, but he ain't that. He ain't that. I don't think anybody is going to be able to slow them down enough. Penix has 35 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. CJ Stroud type of numbers, honestly. Whoop. Appreciate the $2 super chat. Michael Penix is junior size indeed. When was the last time Michigan only scored 15 points? I don't know. It wasn't this year. It wasn't this year, my brother. I don't know. It definitely wasn't this year. They talking about you, Dylan. Let's see. Johnny, their secret weapon is throwing it up to their 6'3" wide receivers and getting a TD. That's how they get out of a lot of single point games. How can we limit those plays? One, you got to find the ball, great positioning. Me, I ain't even finna play with you. You're going to have to really find that matchup because I'm going to have my safeties over the top waiting on you to throw something up. So you throwing in the double coverage, which if my safeties are good, which they are, that might be an interception. You trying to be greedy and you trying to throw that ball up, that's going to be an interception. Now, you can't do that all the time. You can't do that all the time, especially not with a good quarterback. He'll find a way, and then sometimes they'll catch you in the wrong defense, and they'll get that matchup that they really want, that one-on-one matchup. Now, when that happens, it's all on Will Johnson, Saint Steele, Josh Wallace to make a play. That's all you can do is just try to make a play. When that ball in the air and it's one-on-one, you just got to pray. Please, come on, Will. Come on, Saint Steele. Come on, Josh Wallace. Knock it down. Make a play. That's all you can do is hope, because the techniques and all that stuff at this point, it's pretty much wired in your head what you are. You know what I'm saying? You either a dude that can make a play on those type of plays or passes, or you can't. Our guys they ain't the best, but they're pretty good at, making a play on the ball, especially Will, But also the other thing, if it's depending on the down and the distance and what part of the field you're on, the pass rush, even though Michael Penix gets rid of the ball fast, if he's trying to throw a deep ball, because they take their deep shots, you got to have time to do that. So when he does try to take a deep shot, that's when Mason Graham, Chris Jenkins, Kenneth Grant, Jalen Harrell, Josiah Stewart, all those boys on the D-line, they have to wreak havoc. And shout out to Josiah Stewart. That boy, early in the season, I didn't think he was going to live up to what I was seeing in the spring game. But he done lived up to it. It took him a while to understand what Jesse Mitchell was trying to do with his scheme, because it's a complex scheme. You're doing a lot. So, but about halfway through the year, it clicked. About halfway through the year, it clicked. So shout out to Josiah Stewart. This dude's been a beast. Shout out to Braden McGregor. Took him a little while to get going, but he's living up to it. You don't have to be Aiden Hutchinson. I just need 5 or 6 sacks from you, Braden. I need 4 or 5 or 6 from you, Josiah Stewart. Jalen Harrell, I wanted you to give me 7, 8 sacks. I think he's got 7.5 sacks. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is, just as a unit on the edge, getting those sacks. Derek Moore, the young fella, give me 4 or 5. So when it adds up, it's looking nice. We got almost 20-something sacks here, plus Kenneth Grant, plus Chris Jenkins, plus Mike Barrett blitzing. You know what I'm saying? So plus Sainer still on his blitzing. So it just adds up. The D-line, all those dudes that were kind of getting it kind of clicked for them in the last few weeks of the season. I would probably say from Maryland, from Maryland on, it kind of clicked for them. And when it was true passing downs for the offensive teams, they showed up. Because when Maryland just had to pass, you knew it was a passing situation for them. Sack time, making you make mistakes, getting safeties and intentional groundings in the end zone. Ohio State, Kyle McCord, it's on you. You have to throw it to get down the field. Sack time, it said we hitting him. You trying to make a throw, getting smashed. Thank you. Interception because of the pass rush. Okay. Alabama, what you trying to do? Y'all want to throw deep. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, y'all Alabama, y'all big and bad. Before the game, y'all talking about this what they wanted. First snap. Boop. Oh, good God. Oh, whoa. That's Michigan? That was a fluke. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Bam! Whoa! Hold on, Coach. Is that this Michigan? Coach, I ain't ready. So that's what it is. That's just what happened, So I'm looking for Purple Rain. That's what y'all call yourselves. You better hope y'all don't lose. You better hope y'all don't lose, Dylan, because I will have Prince. I will have Prince edits and videos coming nonstop for weeks for y'all. Everybody said Purple Rain. Oh man, that's y'all nickname. You done messed me up, bro. I done lost everything I was finna say because somebody said. Everybody said pound Purple Rain. Oh my God, bro. That's your nickname? Oh man. Way to use the intimidation factor. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, bro. I can't breathe. Everybody said, I can't wait. Washington is going to expose y'all. And I'll be on the live stream. Have a good night. Pound Purple Rain. Pound you duh. Oh my God. Oh. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta go back. I gotta go back to it. Oh, where'd it go? You better hope I can't find this again. Oh, I can't find it. You might have got away, boy. I think you got away, babe. Oh my God. Somebody said pound Purple Rain, y'all. Whew. That's interesting. What y'all gonna come? Y'all gonna come to the game with y'all, flowered up Uh, I hate to see if y'all win. I hate to see if y'all. I hate to see if y'all win. What y'all gonna do? Game blouses. Oh boy. Ooh, I needed that laugh. I needed that laugh. Oh my gosh, y'all. Whew. Whew, why you do that to me, dog? Why you do that to me, man? That might say pound. Purple rain. I'm through. I'm through, y'all. I don't know why they be getting me started because you know I'm a troll, so you know I'm petty, so I just keep going and going. Whew. But let's get back to this. You know, when you play in a team like the Purple Rain, you gotta be careful. He done messed up my whole groove. He done messed up my whole groove with that Purple Rain shit. He done messed up my whole groove for this live. Ooh, I don't know where he came from with that. I mean, I guess if that's what y'all call y'all team, I get it. I get it. I'm scared for them to win, but let's get back to let's get back to this. Let's get back to this. Washington. Washington is a good team. Like all jokes aside, all jokes aside, they are a good team. But I feel like what Michigan wants to do with Jesse Minter, it's gonna make them have some problems. And if they can't consistently, if they don't have a run game to help them out and to keep them balanced, I think they're gonna have some problems. And with Michigan's offense and the ball control things we do, they're gonna have problems with us. They're gonna have problems because what we want to do to them is it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? And I know they're gonna be saying the same thing. Like Purple Rain Nation. We go. Let me stop. They gonna be saying, Husky Nation. I'll fix it for them. Husky Nation. We're gonna be up tempo and we're gonna be trying to play fast. But Michigan, with our ball control offense, we've been ball controlling teams all year, preparing ourselves with the ball control, eating the clock, limiting your possessions, and which in turn our defense gets to rest. So if Michigan is grinding out that clock, moving the chains consistently like we do, in turn, our defense is getting rested. So we're already deep on the D line, but if you're not getting us off the field, they're resting. You know what I'm saying? They're resting, so they're going to be even fresher. In turn, your defense on the field getting worn out. So that's the strategy. That's the strategy for this. Oh my God, bro. I ain't laughed that long and hard in a long time. Purple Rain, man. Whew, that might really have me laughed out. The Purple People Eaters got a whole nother sound right about now. That used to be a hard back in the day, but now I don't know. For real. Whew, for real. Blake gonna go crazy. JJ too. I hope so. Any word on Rashawn Benny? I'm not sure. You know, Harbaugh ain't finna tell you nothing until he has to. He ain't gonna tell you nothing. But I didn't see Rashawn on like a injury report or saying that he was doubtful or anything. For Michigan, it says we have no injuries, so that's just what it is right now. Hold on, I gotta spit for a second, y'all. Oh my goodness, boy, that was a laugh riot, y'all. Whew, now that was a laugh. That being said, from what I'm seeing, their interior O-line is their weakness. Their center is young and a little undersized. Our interior D-line versus them will be a big edge for us. And that's a fact. And that's the problem with Michigan. And that's the problem with Michigan for teams is it's not only the edge rushers. You got to deal with Chris Jenkins, Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, who's a beast. You know, Cam Goody, Rashawn Benny. You got to deal with all these dudes. And they all kind of bring something different. Like all of our defensive linemen and edge rushers, they all kind of bring something different to the table. Whew, let's get into it. The Lost Angels. The Michigan fans talking shit doesn't influence the games. At the end of the day, as long as the team focuses, fans chatter, it doesn't matter. I mean, of course not. But we're fans, so that's all we can do is talk stuff. I mean, that's all we can do, baby, is talk stuff. That's all we can do. But the media, this is how it can affect a game, though. The media and the fan base is taking a team for granted. Similar to Michigan versus Bama. All the fans, whether they were Ohio State fans, SEC fans, just fans of college football, everybody was picking and talking about Bama was going to blow Michigan out. And the Michigan players heard that, and it gave them that extra energy. Like, we about to hit these boys in the mouth. We about to hit these dudes straight in their chops, you know? So it does have an effect. And honestly, Washington's hearing a lot of that too. It's more of an even. I'd say right now the public opinion is probably 60% Michigan and 40% Washington. I'd say it's around there because you're getting a lot of people that think Michigan's about to take it because they know Michigan has the battle wounds. Honestly, they know Michigan has the battle wounds. Alabama center visiting OSU as Michigan fans praying he goes there. Man, that'd be nice to not even. You don't even have to worry. He gonna snap it in the dirt. All you got to do is go run and try to go get it. Maybe he messed up so many plays for them. Like you ain't even got a chance to get a play started because of him. It's done. I hope Washington fans don't come with glittery blasts and high heel boots. I can't wait because I've been chopping these lives up the last few weeks. I can't wait to chop this one up and rewatch that Purple Rain segment because, that is gonna be funny to see. And this is when I heard that this is account 22. OSU made a lateral move with getting Will Howard, and when I heard that, honestly, that's what I felt like. It wasn't oh man, they got Will Howard. It was like, okay, that ain't gonna get you. That ain't gonna help you get back to what you want to be, winning the Big Ten, because it's gonna be harder to win the Big Ten from here on out, and he ain't gonna get you no national championship. He ain't gonna do that. Do you think Michigan will be feeling themselves after that Bama win? That was a worry of mine at first, but I don't think so now. The more I've seen this team, and after the game, you saw a lot of players a lot of players on social media, on the field. You got to see what they were saying. You're hearing JJ, job's not done yet. You're hearing Blake, still got one more game. I saw Chris Jenkins on the field. Everybody doubting us. Keep doubting us. We got one more game. Keep doubting us. Keep picking against us. You know what I'm saying? So the seniors, and this is why I harp on the seniors, because them dudes have the scars. That's why I keep harping on the seniors and the juniors, the dudes from 2021 and even 2020, because they have the scars and the battle wounds. That's why I keep harping on them. Those boys, I don't think they're going to let the team get lackadaisical and too overconfident. It's hard to be overconfident also when you see what Michael Penix has done. So you know you got to take these dudes serious. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I harp on them, on trusting the seniors, trusting the juniors, the guys from 2020, 2021, because they have the wounds, they have the memories of losing, being too overconfident. They have the wounds. It's scraped in their memories. So I don't think they're going to let it happen, and that's why I say you have to trust them to not let a loss happen, because them dudes are going to put it all on the line because they remember. They remember. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Michigan does have an experience. Brano 3 times says, got a feeling we about to smash them for real. Our guys have been wanting this bad for years. I feel Washington may just be happy to be there. You could be right. You could be right about that. Yes, sir. And that's why you play the veterans. And it's no knock on a guy like Samaj or something like that. To me, it's just like you've got guys that you've been going to consistently all year. Keep going to them. You know what I'm saying? Keep going to them. Ain't no need to change it up now. You have to trust the dudes that have been in all these battles. You know what I'm saying? You have to trust dudes that have been in all these battles. It's like this. If you in the Marvel or Spider-Man, you got 3 Spider-Mans. I know some of y'all probably don't watch this. You got 3 Spider-Mans. You got Tobey Maguire, you got the Amazing Spider-Man, I can't remember dude's name, and you got Tom Holland, the new one. Ain't nobody been in battles like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That dude was in them battles jacking. So when it's time to fight, them other Spider-Mans is cool. I'm going with Tobey because he's been in them battles. He knows what he's doing when it comes to jacking. Maybe the analogy was too far off for people. My Marvel fans, y'all get it. My Marvel fans, y'all get it. You know what I'm saying? I want them dudes that's been in them battles. They're battle tested. It's no knock. Andrew Garfield, yeah. Them dudes, they've been in some battles, but they ain't been in them battles like Tobey. Tobey was in them battles and he was jacking. Let's get it. Tobey gonna give you that work. Tobey gonna give you that work. Jay Marion said Blake made great runs against PSU, OSU, and Bama. He's about to close this show Monday. Blake will get MVP. Hey, Blake, when I found out Blake was getting recruited, I made a video during 2021 COVID, and I said he was the missing piece. It looks like he's that dude is the missing piece. He's got the speed, he's got the work ethic, and he's hungry. And, it feels good to see that dude come from, that to what he's helped change the culture. You know what I'm saying? Even JJ, JJ saying during 2021, everybody calm down. We're going to change the culture. We're not going nowhere. We're going to change the culture and we're going to get it done. Everybody calm down. This is during the 2021 horrible season. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes, they've done it. They've done it. Blake coming back was so big for us this year. You know what I'm saying? Blake coming back, because just think if Blake didn't come back with what Donovan's done this year. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that, y'all. I don't want to think about that, because Donovan, we might have lost a game or two, honestly. We might have lost one or two, because Donovan, he ain't nowhere close to Blake right now. He ain't nowhere close. Yep, little Mikey. Mikey, you right about that. Sainer still his I'll do anything for the team attitude, you know, going to defense, and not just going to defense, but embracing playing defense. Because, you know, you can half-hearted do something, but you got to embrace it. If you want to excel at it, you got to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how good Mikey would be if he came in and played corner from as a freshman. Because I thought he was underutilized as a wide receiver also. Yep, same still. Nala says, I'm confident in our D-line versus their O-line in 4 quarters. Me too. It's going to be a lot for them to deal with. Like, they think they're prepared for it. I'm not sure if they will be. Because, you know, teams like to compare other teams. Texas has a good defensive line, and they couldn't really do anything. They got after us a little bit, but Texas D-line isn't Michigan's D-line. Michigan probably has the best D-line in the country this year. Honestly, probably. From as a whole. I know somebody will say Georgia can't get after the passer. Georgia has a horrible or lackluster pass rush this year. That's why they couldn't even they sacked Bama 4 times. If they had a good pass rush, they probably would have sacked them as many times as we did. 6, 7, or 8 or something. You know, so that's the thing. As a whole, Michigan's D-line is probably the best. Exactly. Their D-line doesn't compare to Michigan's. Michigan's D-line is athletic, and you got freaks on that defensive line. They're athletic. You got some big guys. You got strong guys. You got fast guys. It's just some of everything. Like, anything you want, you can kind of get. You got a dude like Rashawn Benny that Rashawn Benny sideline to sideline and chasing you downfield. You really have to pay attention, but that dude's a freak too, like Kenneth Grant. Them boys will get after you, like, for real. Purple Rain, baby. Hey, I know he had to get out of here because hey, I lit that boy up. Johnny, their OL is not big, but them guys are very athletic from what I see, but our stunt moves will be an edge for us. That's a fact, you know. Their offensive line is athletic, but I think it's just going to be hard to deal with what we do. But we'll still have to see, you know. I could get over on here and, you know, say we're going to do this, and then it could play out different. But I'm pretty confident that our defensive line is just going to be tough for anyone to deal with at this point because their confidence level is through the roof right now. And it's not just that they're confident, it's they understand what they're trying to do. Because football isn't – you can be as confident as you want to be in football. If you don't know what you're supposed to do and you don't understand the scheme, you're not going to be able to perform at your highest level. Right now, all our defensive linemen understand what they're doing. The secondary understands what they're doing. You need them all to coexist. You know what I'm saying? So these guys understand the defense and what Jesse Minter is trying to accomplish, and that's why they're flourishing. Need to be physical as possible with their wide receiver until we get a PI. We should bang on them boys. Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes you want to come up because we don't do anything that's almost every time in the game. I mean, we do a lot of different things, but sometimes you're gonna have to come up and jam them boys and mess up their timing, just flat out. Mess up their timing, hopefully the pass rush gets there fast enough, and it's either a sack or it's either incompletion or he throws it away. You're going to have to do that sometimes, especially like in the red zone. That's another thing somebody said earlier. I don't know if you're still watching. How do you stop those jump balls like in the red zone? Well, you mess up their timing, and then the pass rush gets there. You didn't have enough time to throw that jump ball. Maybe I'm just like my father too. Hey, y'all cooking this Purple Rain. He was wild for that, but that was his fault. I never heard that. I always thought it was like Go Huskies or Husky Nation or something like that. I've never heard Purple Rain. That was wild. That was wild. Like I'm anxious. I'm very anxious. Oh yeah, and I love it. I think the defense as a whole looked Harbaugh not working those dudes and them not hitting all as much as they did over the last few breaks before the playoff. That was smart because those boys looked fresh and they looked physical. They were trying to hit, and you want to earn some respect, you get out there and hit. And them boys was hitting. They was hitting against Bama. They were hitting. I was highly impressed because y'all know I'll get on here and be like, they ain't physical enough. They ain't tackling. They not tackling. They not hitting. They was hitting. They was hitting against Bama. They was hitting. So, and that's why I said Harbaugh, he's learning his lessons. He's stubborn, but he's smart enough to read the writing on the wall. So what have I been doing? I've been overworking these dudes, and let them rest their bodies, and so they're fresh and ready to go for the playoff. And it showed up. Josh Wallace was looking physical all around, strong, not giving up anything. All them boys was just really, they look good. And that's why everybody's picking, a lot of people are picking Michigan because it looked impressive the way they were playing and the physicality. The physicality was a little surprising even to me. It was a little surprising even to me because normally we don't hit. You don't see us hitting that much, but from the Ohio State game, Quentin Johnson, Mikey, and them boys, the hittings picked up this year, and them having that break and letting their bodies recover really helped. That was it there, Harbaugh. Bond and Burton got locked down. Yeah, they did. Them boys were non-existent. Yeah, them pads were popping, bro. They were popping. Yeah, I did. And them boys were hitting. They were ready to hit. The fullbacks, Bredesen, them boys were out there trying to send a message to Bama. And you could see it. When they showed the replays and stuff, you could see Bama dudes like on their back like, y'all this physical? Somebody told me something different. This ain't the team Georgia beat 2 years ago. Well, no kidding. Y'all ain't Georgia from 2 years ago. Damn fool. That's the problem. SEC fans and all of them, a lot of them Bama people, they thought they were Georgia from 2021. Y'all ain't that. You know why they think that they was that team from 2 years ago? Yeah, them boys was hitting in general. Do you think Michigan D-line can get 6 or 7 sacks on Penix? I doubt it. And that's just because he's smart. That's not because they won't get through. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they do get close to him a lot, get a lot of pressures, but he's just smart. So he'll throw it away. He'll take an intentional grounding before he takes a sack. He's just that smart of a player. Yeah, he's just that smart of a player. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of pressures, but he'll throw it away. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he does. He's gonna live to fight another play. They were looking like, why y'all so physical? Where your books at? Hey, they were looking like, man, what? Hold on. What we done got ourselves into? Maybe, man, I don't know about this. They said Michigan was soft. These boys ain't soft. My shoulder hurt. My shoulder hurt. These boys ain't soft. Why doesn't JJ throw it away instead of throwing it to the other team on the first play? I don't know, but I about had a heart attack from it, so I don't know. I don't know why he threw that like that. All he had to do was throw it up high, throw it away, but I don't know what he was. JJ was very nervous at the beginning of that game. That's all I can say. It was nerves. JJ was very nervous at the beginning of that game. And let's be real. It's not out of the ordinary because he threw 2 pick sixes against TCU. You know what I'm saying? So his nerves, he's probably thinking, I don't want to make a mistake early, a big time mistake, pick 6, and give Bama the lead. You know what I'm saying? So he was thinking about it. That's just human nature. You're gonna think about that when you did what he did in the playoff. You're gonna think about it early in that game. So he was nervous, but he shook it off, thankfully. Hey, when JJ threw that ball and dude picked it off, I was like, I was defeated. I ain't gonna front y'all. I was defeated when he threw that ball and it got picked, bro. I was defeated. I said, bro, why would you throw that? Like, I was defeated. And then they were like, did he step out of bounds? I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, but I was defeated, y'all. When that play happened and I thought it was a pick, I was defeated. I was like, bro, man, maybe it just ain't meant for us to win. Purple rain, purple rain. I just started singing Prince, boy. Purple rain, purple rain. Hey, I about went insane. I was like, bro, come on, man. Like, come on, JJ. The first play. Man, that's all like, man, I can't believe this. Purple rain, purple rain. Whew, that was some scary stuff. Like, let's just recap how scary that game was for us. But from JJ on the first play, almost throwing that pick, to us missing us getting that us on the drive where Bama could have went up 10. Bama could have went up 10, and then Quentin Johnson gets the strip sack. Beautiful. But if Bama scores, gets a touchdown, it's probably over. So boom, we get the strip sack. Then you get what's his name? Then we battle back and get we get the ball back, down 7, 4th and 2. 4th and 2. The third down play was horrible. The little play, the little jet sweep motion with Orgy, that play was horrible. Bama was on top of that. JJ almost threw a pick. Could have been ball game right there. 4th and 2. Blake goes to the flat. Oh, Samaj. I that was so early. I didn't even want to get to that. I forgot about that. Samaj. And they made us pay for that. So, they made us pay for that one. 4th and 2. The play action to the flat. The Bama defender, he almost tips the ball, and Blake has to catch it. Sometimes dudes drop those passes, so that was terrifying in itself, just watching that ball, like, please don't drop it, Blake. You wide open. Come on, Blake. Woo, he caught it. Then Roman Wilson just runs and hits a dude, blocks a guy in the back, like, bro, what are you doing? Watching it live, I was like, bro, are we going to have to run this play again or something, like, bro? But, it was a spot foul, so we got the first down. So, boom, it's tied. We stop Bama. All right, we about to win this in regulation. Boom, let's get some good field position, or let's get it on the 25. We about to win this in regulation. Oh, they got Thaw back there. All right, boom, let's go. All right. It's on the 6, bro. Move out the way. Let it drop. Let it drop. Let it drop. Why are you trying to catch it? Through his hands? Oh, my God. This dude, thought if that ball would have went in the end zone, or if Bama would have recovered it, that dude might as well have changed his name and moved out of Michigan. He might have had to move out the country, y'all. That dude whole life was about to go down the toilet. His life was about to go down the toilet, y'all, if Bama got that ball, or if it went in the end zone and it's a safety. Like, his life as he knows it was about to be over. Like, and this is no cap, this is just real talk. Because Michigan hasn't been that close to making a championship game in so long, bro. He was finna have hell. The team probably would have had to put out, appreciate this $1.99 super chat, Brad. The team probably would have had to put out a letter like, leave this dude alone. Leave this dude alone. Like it was ridiculous, bro. Like it was just too much. Like, so many plays. Yeah, his life would have been horrible. Like, because us fans, we don't forget. What's your name? Thaw. Did you go to Michigan? Oh, you went to Michigan? Hey, we would have been on his head. You went to Michigan? That's you? Oh, okay. Just checking. Just checking. Hey, thought if that ball would have went in the base, if that ball would have went to a safety, or Bama would have recovered, Thought probably would have been sitting in his basement right now. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't have doubt that that our special teams will get back to normal though. All jokes aside, I don't have any doubt that they'll get back to normal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Special teams have been good all year. I mean, the return game hasn't like our punt return game hasn't been good, but our special teams in general have been good. Like they're not turning it over. Our punter's been kicking it well. Our kicker's been making 50-yard kicks. He's been super reliable. Like the special teams have just been very reliable all year. Like very reliable. Oh my goodness, y'all. Whew. Hopefully those close calls will just make us that more exactly. I mean, the focus has to be at 110% because you can take so many plays out that game and be like, look, y'all, we were this close to losing because we made so many mental errors. We made so many mental errors that we were that close to losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would have expected Roman Wilson to go hit block that guy? Like, he's clearly got his back turned to you and you come up and level him. Like, who would have ever expected him to do something like that? That was so crazy to me that he did that. Like, what are you doing, Roman? Like, what's going on? Come on, brother. What's wrong, man? Hey, Roman got some dog in him. Roman got some dog in him. Roman has got some dog in him. And you can see it in the OSU game where he was going back and forth with them DBs all game. Like, Roman got some dog in him. Ooh, that purple rain is gonna be so funny. Please, Michigan, take care of this game so I can light this boy up with some funny videos. Oh, that's for real? Oh my gosh. I know I might go watch that video. I know I was mad. Because he was lighting teams up that year. Like I think they almost beat Ohio State, I want to say, but he was lighting up teams. Like he had something similar to what he has now. He's just got better players around him now. But he was a beast then. He was faster. I'm not sure if he was as good of a thrower. I know I was hot. I can only imagine because we ain't supposed to lose to no Indiana, even though he's good. Like, but come on. I'm going to have to go watch that video. I know it's probably funny. My head about to explode. Don Brown. Yeah, I heard that. But if you watch the OSU game, him and their DBs were going back and him and their DBs were going at it back and forth like all game, getting ready to go at it. Like all game, those dudes were going back and forth. I hope Samaj does. I hope he does make up for it. He gonna get a chance to. That's the thing. The way our offense is built, and I'm not sure if they'll have him back there on punt return. I'm not sure. We'll see what Jay Harbaugh does, but he'll have his chance on offense because he's a part of the offense. You know. Now I wouldn't go lead by him, but he's a part of the offense. He gets a couple touches. Normally every game since about halfway through the season, he gets a couple touches, and he's explosive. He is explosive. He's just young. Yeah, Indiana was special that year, but we ain't supposed to lose to him. I'll never accept that. We ain't supposed to lose to him. Johnny, is it me or is every Ohio State person corny? It's weird, and I'm not even lying. It's like the boys got no flavor, even our brothers and sisters. Oh, man. I might say even our brothers and sisters. Hey, look. You know Nevada Buck or Buckeye Scoop. They had a live. They did a a live stream during the game. It's so funny because they rooting. Of course, they're rooting for Bama, but Bama goes up 20-13. They like roll time. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, y'all are sad at this point. Like, this is sad. Like, it was funny, but it was sad at the same time. Like, come on. What happened to our rivals? What happened to y'all? Like, what happened to you? Like, this is what y'all doing now? Like, this is sad now. Come on, Buckeyes. Like, come on, man. But, and you know what's wild? I mean, I know Michigan, Ohio State is a little bit different because we really do hate each other, like, pretty much. But, you know, like Bama and Georgia and some of them, like, they still root for each other. Like, it's SEC. They really root for the SEC, you know. They really do. Like, they really take it like, all right, SEC, handle it. Like, they really take it personal. I know there are. And those are the dudes that's what I've been saying. The guys with the battle wounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. And that's a good thing because they have the battle wounds from Penix destroying them in 2020. So that means their focus is going to be on 110% because they know what he's capable of. I mean, you can see it, but they've already seen it before. It ain't nothing new to some of them dudes, you know? So that's a good thing. Sainer still was on that team, I believe. Blake was on that team, you know? So you got some dudes. McGregor was on that team. I think he might have been hurt or he was low on the depth chart, but he was probably hurt that year. But he was on that team, you know? Oh, yeah, they're sick. Ohio State is sick. It couldn't get any worse for them, the fact that that they lost to us and we're having success. We're one game from a championship. Like, it's horrible for them right now. It is horrible for them. They'll probably have a Michigan versus Washington watch party and be saying, "Purple Rain, go Purple Rain." Come on, Purple Rain. You can do it. Go. I can't even get it out, y'all. Like, I'm literally laughed out from earlier. I'm literally laughed out from earlier. Come on, Purple Rain. Go Blouses! Johnny, a lot of SEC fans said they were happy Bama lost and congratulated Michigan for winning. Many of them are even sick of Bama deep down, but they had to wait for them to lose to admit it. I did see some of them too, honestly. I did see some of those too. Whew. Johnny, no cap. They already did it on the recent show. They so salty and bitter. It's not even funny. Seriously, it's a borderline psychosis with all of them. Yeah, Nevada Buck, when he saw we were about to win, boy, he got so sick. Like, he got so sick. I'm like, this dude, because where he messed up is he went so crazy and he got so deep into that the scandal, like it was gonna save Ohio State and Michigan was gonna get killed and their season was gonna be done. He bought too much into it. And he bought too much into Harbaugh getting suspended. He just thought it was over for him. They're going to be done. Like, I honestly think we're going to blow out Michigan. These guys are done, man. If you look at them. And so the fact that what he made up in his mind isn't actually happening in real life, it's devastating to him. It's devastating to him. Like, he might need to be in a psych ward. It's hitting him that bad. You might want to pray for Nevada Buck right now. It's that bad. You might have to pray for that brother. But look, this man said, this man had me rolling though. He is funny because he said this. This man said, I hate. He said, I hate J.J. McCarthy. I just really hate him. I hate him more than anyone should hate somebody. Like, man, you hate him that much? Like, I really just hate J.J. McCarthy. Like, I really hate him. I hate him more than anyone should hate someone. Like, dang. You hate him that much? Well, he said, I hate him more than anyone should hate anyone. Like, dang, you hate him like that, bro? That dude is funny, bro. He is. He is. He's weird. Like, he is weird, bro. Whew. Yeah, Zach Smith, he be in his feelings too a little bit, you know, because nobody expected us to beat Bama. So, you know, he's supposed to be the smart guy because he was a former coach at Ohio State. So he's supposed to be the smartest guy in the room when it comes to coaching and, you know, things like that. Because we're on YouTube. So his resume is better than mine and, you know, college football nerds and, you know, whoever pretty much. You know, a lot of the people on YouTube, Zach Smith's resume is better than him. Like, I coached at Ohio State, you know, so the fact that he's looking like a homer sometimes, it makes him lose a little bit of credibility. You know what I'm saying? So he has to eat that in front of everybody. You know, he has to eat that. Oh, yeah, bro. They had me rolling, though, because they were roll tide, roll. I'm like, bro, calm down. Like, this is sad, bro. What is wrong with y'all, man? Come on. Like, come on. Roll Tide fans, after we beat them, say Michigan knew their signs. I don't care what they say, because ain't nobody saving them. Been telling them, ain't nobody saving y'all. So Debo done came on everybody block, and he getting his punk on. Who wants some? You want some of this too, old man? No. No. If JJ is off, I trust the run game. If Texas had success running the rock, so can Michigan. That's a fact, you know. The only problem with Texas is they just didn't stay consistent with the running game. They stopped going to it. Oh my God, Kangaroo Black. And I tried to do a collab with him. I guess he thought I wasn't good enough, or he doesn't want to talk to Michigan, because his opinion of Michigan was just so low. It was like, bro, like, this is wild listening to you, bro. Like dude is a real, I guess he's a real homer. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, he was mad about Harbaugh saying Jalen Milroe is a polished version of Jalen Milroe. I mean, he's saying Jalen Milroe is a polished version of Alex Orji. That was a spot on take, because he is. That was spot on. So I'm like, why are y'all so angry about this? Nobody knows who this guy is. That still doesn't mean it's not true, bro. Like, what are you talking about? How is that disrespectful? Just because you don't know who Alex Orji is, that doesn't mean Harbaugh saying your quarterback is a polished version of him is disrespect. Do you know what polished means? Like, I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, how is that disrespect? But you learned today. You learned on Monday that, yeah, he is a polished version of Alex Orji, and Orji had us prepared to smack him. You learned today. Giles Jackson is probably salivating for the chance to play Michigan. He's a non-factor. Yeah, he don't get much. I mean, they're so deep at receiver. He's like their fourth or fifth receiver. I think he returns punts sometimes. So he might get a shot. You know, he's itching to get a shot, though. You know that. You know he's itching. He's injured? I didn't know that. He ain't on that injury thing. But this ain't all the way accurate. I thought he was. Oh, that was an old game I was watching. But yeah, what this one say? Coach Smook, Coach Jay, and Coach Sean, I was on their head all month. So after the game, they were apologizing. Very cool dudes. The thing is, when you start winning natties, you also have numerous players leave early. Yeah, you know, you got to maximize on your money. Sports fan says Washington top runner is hurt. Yeah, Dylan Johnson. He's probable. They're saying they're gonna. I just keep it real. They're gonna shoot him up and see if he can play. They're gonna shoot him up and see if he can play. You know, he's gonna give it a chance. He's gonna give it a try. That doesn't mean he's not going to be able to play, and that doesn't mean that he won't be able to play and contribute. We just gonna have to wait and see. It looked like he was gonna be done, but they don't want to give Michigan an advantage by letting us know that he's not able to play. So he could dress and go through warm-ups, and he never steps foot on the field. You know what I'm saying? So with him, we just have to wait and see. You can't believe what these coaches say. Not in college. In the pros, you're going to know. But in college, you can't believe what they say. Other than Clemens, you think the rest of the wide receivers will stay? Yeah. The rest of the wide receivers, it's about to be their time to shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's it called? You got Cornelius leaving. You got Roman Wilson. So those are the two starting spots. I don't know. For the life of me, and I heard it's consistency, but for the life of me, I don't see how Samaj is getting reps over Darius Clemens. Like, I don't understand it. Like, bro, you a freak of nature. Like, you 6'3", look like you 220, 215. How are you letting this little dude take your spot, bro? This was supposed to be, you're supposed to be starting over him and probably Tyler Morris. Like, them dudes ain't even probably supposed to be seeing the field, dog. I'm just going to be real. Them dudes ain't even supposed to see the field. Like, before you, Clemens, that shouldn't even be a thought process for the coaches. Like, y'all, Tyler, Samaj, y'all gonna have to wait till next year. When Roman and Cornelius leave, because right now that third receiver, Darius Clemens, got it locked up. For the life of me, I can't understand it. And I know Samaj is a dog. Samaj got some dog in him. Maybe Clemens don't got that dog in him. Maybe that's what it is. But I see Clemens get in the game. He just never, a lot of the time it's for blocking purposes because he's huge. Clemens plays CJ position. I mean, still, like, I still don't see it. Like, I see him he gets on the field, but it's usually for blocking purposes. And sometimes, bro, like, I get it, but bro, ain't no way. I can play the slot. Coach, I'm 6'3", 215. What's this dude? What's Samaj? Like, bro, coach. But it's got to be his consistency. That's what it is. Like, this, Samaj Morgan is listed at 5'10", 176. Darius Clemens is listed at 6'3", 212. He's probably closer to 220. Like, bro, that's a freak of nature almost. That's almost to freak of nature territory. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, throw that thing up, dog. Let me put my body in front of you. Yeah, you had good coverage. You see how wide my back is? Thank you. You ain't got a shot. That's I get inside position on a slant route. You ain't got a chance to knock it down or nothing. My catch radius is huge. Like, bro, ain't no way Samaj supposed to be starting or getting that many more reps over Darius Clemens. I'm not saying this is what I think personally. I'm saying in my head, if I'm Darius Clemens, ain't no way I'm letting that happen. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, bro, so it's mind-boggling to me, bro, because you a freak of nature pretty much at wide receiver, and you letting this little freshman get reps that you should be having. It's crazy to me. I'm sorry, but that's on Darius because they say he's not consistent enough. He's a beast. I thought this would be if you had Darius on the outside, Cornelius on the outside, Roman in the slot. That's honestly what I thought it would be this year. Yeah, he must have a mental block or something because it's crazy. Like, this dude's got all the tools to be successful. Throw it up and let the purple rain come down. That's what I'm saying, bro. Throw it up to him. You know, but it is what it is, you know. I don't think it is. I don't think it's that, bro. I mean, who's to say Darius can't play in the slot? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. I mean, yeah, some players can't play on the outside or in the slot, but a lot of the times it's smaller dudes. Like Samaj, you're probably not going to put him on the outside. But a lot of the times those bigger receivers, they'll play out on the outside and they'll play in the slot. That's what I'm saying. Like, your bigger receivers, you usually put them anywhere. But like a guy like Samaj, you're not going to put him on the outside. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, so there's still no excuse to me. Like, I believe I've seen Tyler Morris play the slot and play on the outside some. So they're to me, you're a wide receiver. Unless you just tiny or you're not that fast. Okay, you're just a slot receiver. You're Wes Welker. You're what you call it? Julian Edelman. Those dudes are strictly in the slot. But most of those big fast receivers, they play on the outside and in the slot. That's just what they do. Who wins the matchup? We like Washington with CJ, Clemens, and Roman, Johnny. I like that. That's what I would have liked to have seen. Vegas money is heavy on Washington. I guarantee they're going to clean up like they did last season with TCU, UGA. If people fall for that 4.5 line, Vegas will hit the jackpot. People probably will. That was crazy. That was wild. I don't know what just happened. That purple rain done hit. I don't know what happened. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if this is a game Will Johnson should follow. They have 3 good receivers. He probably gonna follow them. I mean, it's hard to say because they have better receivers than Ohio State this year. So you can't really take this year's Ohio State game and think about it because Emeka Egbuka didn't do much this year because he was hurt like all year. So you really wanted to take Marvin Harrison Jr. away. Penix can get anything in the 20s, just clamp red zone. Exactly. Appreciate the 199 super chat, Cameron Stokes. But yeah, that's what you want to do. 20-20. You want them to let me get into this. You want 20-20. You want them to, you don't want to give up the big plays. If you do, make the tackle. But you prefer to make them dink and dunk and have to slowly drive the field. You don't want to give up those big chunk pass plays. You want them to be patient. Teams like Washington, they're not a patient offense like Michigan is. Michigan is comfortable 4 yards here, 5 yards here, 10-yard throw, 3-yard run, 2-yard pass, 8-yard run, 10-yard pass, 3-yard run, 2-yard pass, 10-yard pass. Michigan is comfortable going down the field like that. Washington wants to hit that big play. They're more patient than Ryan Day is, but they still want to get those big-time passing plays because that's what their offense is based off of. So you want them to be patient and force them to continue to have to execute. And you want to take away their run game, whatever semblance of the run game they have, and you want to force Penix to be great. You still want to force him to be great because it's hard to do against our defense. It's hard for a quarterback to be great against our defense. So you want to stop his crutch. So, if he's all right, you're a quarterback. I can lean on my run game. I'm a great quarterback, but I can still lean on my run game. Nope. You ain't leaning on that. It's all on you. You got to be great. You got to continue to make perfect throws and read this defense consistently and make those plays for your team. You ain't finna lean on your running game. Nope. We taking that away. It's on you to be great and consistently be great. It's on you. So that's the thing. Because consistently having to read Michigan's defense, it's got to give quarterbacks headaches because you got defensive ends dropping out. You got linebackers on delayed blitz. You got defensive tackles dropping out. You got guys. You got the secondary dudes coming up at the last second, dropping out at the last second. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It's a lot. Yeah, he loves throwing bombs. The Pack is ignorant. They don't know nothing about complimentary football. That's why their defenses ain't shit and tired. That's a fact. They don't play that complimentary football. Michigan does. So on offense, just like I was saying before, we're going to run that ball, play ball control, spread it around like we normally do, hit them with some play action passes, and eat up that clock. So people say, what's the best defense going against Michael Penix? It's keeping him on the sideline, watching JJ and Blake slowly, methodically go down the field. That's the best defense for him. You sit your butt over there and wish you was back on the field. Yeah, me too. Me too. You run all 3 of them. You run all 3 of them. USC was just going to come over to the Big Ten and dominate. That's what I told them. People were asking me, what was that, 2 years ago or last year? Say, they don't worry me. They got to win their conference, and they don't play no defense. Let me see you at least win your conference before I get worried about you. But they don't play no defense out there in general. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess I'm finna wind this one down. It's almost been 2 hours. So I'm going to get ready to wind on down. I'm going to stop it at 2 hours. So, if you got any questions? If Washington defense is not good, then we will work them every position. That's a fact. You think they'll vacate that natty if we win? And who do we go after if Harbaugh leaves for the NFL? Honestly, I don't care what they do with that natty. If we win the natty, I don't care what they can try to vacate it. I don't care. We watched us win it, so I don't care at that point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they will. Honestly, I don't know, and I don't care. That's just me personally, though. I'm not telling anybody how to feel. That's just how I feel. And who do we go after if Harbaugh leaves for the NFL? Maybe Jed Fish. Out in Arizona. He looks like he's building something in Arizona, honestly. And I would have loved to see JJ with under Jed Fish tutelage. I would have loved that. But the honest choice is Moore. It seems like it's Moore's job to lose at this point. But if it wasn't Moore, I'd probably say Jed Fish. I've wanted Jed Fish back since he left, honestly. Do you think Michigan scores over 40 against Washington's defense? I'd say close to it, probably 35. Probably 35, maybe 40, but probably 35. Because Michigan plays more of a ball control. If we score 40 or over, their defense truly is garbage. And it was purple rain. Yeah, Michigan just ran it down their throat. Purple rain. Washington didn't have a chance. They never saw it coming. All you want to do is oh my God, bro. Like, who that purple rain is killing me, boy. Oh my God. Whew. Raining down their throat. Where you been at, most annoying dog fan? We've been having a blast on here, boy. Whew, I'm about to go on and get out of here, though. I appreciate everybody joining in, man. Whew, we had a laugh riot on that purple rain stuff, boy. Man. I'm trying to read the other super chats. It ain't showing them for some reason. Oh, because I jumped out and then it made me come back. But I appreciated Cameron Stokes. What was it? Jim Harbaugh. I can't think of the other names, but anybody that super chat, I appreciate it. This one was a funny one, and I appreciate everybody joining in. It's been a long time coming, y'all, and I appreciate people that was been with me from 2020, 2018. This is it, y'all. We got to get this one done. Hopefully, the boys get it done. For the Purple Rain Nation. Hey, we taking that name for the Purple Rain Nation. Because if you take maize and you take blue, don't it make purple? Is that wrong? So it's time, y'all. It's time. We gotta get it. But it is what it is. I'll probably go live again before the game, and we're gonna chop it up some more. Hopefully, we get some more Washington fans in here so I can cook them. Because they're gonna say something crazy. I'm gonna eat them up. I'm gonna cook them. It is what it is. But I appreciate everybody joining in. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.